Hello, welcome back. My name's Gareth, and today we're going to be looking at something has been in this box for some considerable time. If you're anything like me, you've got one or more of these things. It's a box of audio crap, basically. So it's, I don't know, there's a tube from a voice box pedal, some vocal manipulation thingamajigums. 1, 2, hello. And more to the point today, this synthesizer in a magazine. So flick to the first page. The magazine's actually here. It's brilliant. It's really, really interesting. It's got things like studio notes from the Yellow Magic Orchestra, for instance. All sorts of really cool things. Interviews with Tomita and Bob Moog, and lots and lots of goodies. You do need a Japanese translator, which obviously can be built into a phone in order to understand the articles, but they're well worth the read. So this is going back to July 2008. Look, Tomita, one of my favorite synthesists, possibly my favorite synthesist, in fact, and instructions on the included, albeit basic, synthesizer. So, I'm telling you here how to hack the thing. So let's look at the synth itself. Here it is. Now I've partly put it together already. It comes with a lot of knobs, easy to put on. It's played with a stylus. Here, it's got a little carbon strip on it. But apparently it can be modified for CV and or MIDI. So let's have a closer look at it. Here's the synth itself. It's got a stylus. It hasn't actually got a keyboard. It comes almost completely constructed. This little carbon strip has to be added, but all you do is add 2 screws. The knobs come separately as well, so you just got to pop those on. Everything is pre-soldered. I've put some batteries in to see if I can get it going, and this is the result. So not possibly what it's supposed to sound like. So I don't know what's wrong with it, because I didn't solder it myself. Some of the solder marks here don't look that good, but it has been languishing in a box in my fairly damp workshop for quite a long time now. So that could be something to do with it. It could also be these dodgy looking batteries, because that sounds a bit unstable. It could be that it's going into oscillation where it's not supposed to go into oscillation. So I think the first thing I'll do is change these batteries, and maybe it'll work better with some others. I'll give that a go. Right, so I've got my battery tester here. Let's see what to stick these are. I mean, these are old. This is from the UK, from a company called Maplin that's actually gone out of business now, so it'll be interesting to see. Okay, that says there is no power whatsoever in it. Great. which you'd expect after about 15 years. That one says replace. This one, good. German. Yep. And this one, good. So what I need is a couple more good batteries, and maybe it'll sort of burst into life. Pitch envelope, so. Actually, that sounds great. Let's try it with my right hand. So resonance, that's resonance on. It works. Fantastic. I'm really pleased about that. Do you like the resonance effect though? Now you might have noticed there's an output. So I'm going to plug it up to a speaker. It sounds... Wow. Actually, it says wow. Wow. Let's try a square wave. Oh, it's a square wave LFO. That's so cool. Oh, I'm chuffed a bit. What's low then? I see, it's just low output. It says low power, but so what I'm going to do now is connect this output to a speaker. See what we've got. Okay, I've hooked it up to my speaker here, my amplifier, and I'm not sure if you can hear that, but there's a lot of bottom end on this. That's amazing. That sounds great. Take the resonance out. There's quite a lot of hum coming through it, but I might be able to adjust for that. I think there are little preset pots inside, but the Okay, so let's talk about the architecture of this thing. It's fairly simple, one oscillator, probably a 12 dB low pass filter with switchable resonance. I'm sure that can be, I think this thing is designed to be hacked. One of the first things I would do would be to put a pot here so that you can control how much resonance you can have. A simple AD envelope, which I'm assuming applies to the amplitude and the filter, but I don't know yet. And vibrato, an LFO with square or triangle wave with just speed, not depth. So again, another hackable, possibly hackable parameter. So bear in mind, this came free with a magazine. It cost me about £30. And the magazine itself is awesome. It's really good. You have to hold your phone to it, unless you speak Japanese, in order to translate it. But it's really, really interesting. So you could conceivably change this stylus for maybe a light sensitive resistor to get a theremin type effect. That's possible. You could put a keyboard in, and I have seen somewhere somebody has actually adapted it for control voltage input, and I think I'd want to do that to go with my, I've got a Matrix Brute upstairs, and it would be really nice to convert that. You can convert it to MIDI as well, but I've got CV upstairs, and I think that's an easier circuit. Also, I think it'd be great if there's room to do it, to be able to build in. I'm thinking if I adapt this to take an external power supply, I've got a bit of room inside to fit a one of those P229 delay units. That would be a very, very cool modification. So anyway, there it is at its most basic. I'll switch the amp on. I'll record some of this for you. Well, that's it for this time. The synth actually works, which is great. I like the sound of it. I know some people say it sounds awful, but I'm happy with it. What I want to do next is modify it to run on an external power supply rather than changing batteries all the time. And I want it to be voltage controllable. I've got a Matrix Brute upstairs and in my sort of studio. And that can put control voltage outputs and trigger outputs, and I want to get it to a stage where I can actually use this cheap synthesizer as part of my music. That's the goal. I think you know, you can just keep modding synths forever, especially something like that. You can just keep going. I've got an image actually I'll flash up on the screen of some guy that's gone absolutely apeshit on it. I don't really want to just keep modding it. I want to get it to a stage where I can use it in my music. Actually useful piece of kit. So next time we'll be looking at modifying that circuit. Till then, goodbye.